Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hunter. Thank you for coming together and joining my family as we lay my grandpa, Captain Tony Lipwing Yee, to rest. I was sad to learn of his passing on Thursday, October 21st, but I am proud to be standing here, honoring him and remembering and reflecting on his accomplished life.
Hi, everyone. Our dad was a meticulous and organized person. He wrote everything down, so there was no mistake. You can see his fine planning here today as he chose the location, very close to his mom and dad, made his headstone in advance, and shared ideas on what to do today. Dad was always a teacher, guiding us with ideas to make things easier. He would tell me, "Hey, add a drop of oil to those lug nuts when you're changing tires. Throw the baseball for the chest of the player. Get that elbow up high when you're standing at bat, David. Have tidy writing so everyone can read your work." I had an amazing trip with my dad in 1984. We went to China to see the village that he came from. Everyone there was a Yee. I can still feel the heat and the humidity. I was the only one wearing shorts. Everyone knew I was an outsider. It rained that day. The village was surrounded by miles of rice fields. Everyone lived in a small hut with no plumbing, wood stoves, slept on straw mats, and climbed a ladder to get upstairs. Unbelievable at how terrible the conditions were. And this was 35 years after my dad left this place. His 1949 immigration papers say it took 8 long days to cross the Pacific Ocean. The boat ride was from Hong Kong and landed in Port Douglas, BC. He still has his suitcase to this day, as it was his bed for those 8 tough days at sea. That ocean crossing is probably where Dad got his strong stomach for turbulence and rough seas. Dad was a military man, so he enrolled me in Army Cadets when I was 12 and sent me away to basic training in Vernon. My dad attended my graduation ceremonies, and he wore his full dress uniform. The moment of anticipation finally arrived when I properly saluted my dad in front of an entire platoon of cadets. He snapped up his hand immediately and returned my salute. What an amazing moment. It was a night of envy and a surprise for the other cadets, as they had no idea Dad was a captain. Dad was a hard worker, taught himself to read and write English, enlisted in the military against his parents' wishes. He started out as a mechanic in the Air Force, but eventually understood the benefits of becoming an officer. Dad's final rank was a captain. Even though for a short time, he took command of a full squadron, which is the role of a senior officer, meaning he became Major Tony L. Yee. It was a proud moment for all of us. Today's ceremony is beautiful and our way to honor you. Sleep well, and goodbye, Dad.
So when I think of my father, I think of a man who was shaped by his experiences, and he worked incredibly hard to get ahead during a time when the world was filled with racial injustice. Dad lived a life where the color of his skin made him a target for more than half of his life, but he persevered and demonstrated incredible courage and resilience. He worked hard to provide for our family by earning an advanced education and worked multiple jobs simultaneously, as a TV repairman, serving in the military, and being a school teacher. He instilled in me, and I believe in all of us kids, some of the most important skills needed in life. I never got a chance to tell him, but if he were here now, I would thank him from the bottom of my heart for shaping me and giving me a strong foundation and nurturing many human or leadership skills, which has frankly opened up many doors for me and given me a distinct advantage, not just in my career, but in life. I'm sure Laura, Richard, and David can relate when I describe that he taught us to be strong communicators, to persevere despite setbacks, to stay focused and disciplined, how to see both big picture and the details, and most important, how to critically think. You can see it in us kids. We are experts at problem solving. We analyze a problem, we think critically and creatively. We look at the various factors, what might impact the outcome, and mentally run through hypothetical scenarios for potential solutions. And that's all because of Dad. But he didn't just teach us how to think, he equally stressed the importance of having courage and confidence to take action. What's amazing for me is that Dad never worked in the corporate sector, but he knew that these were the critical skills needed to be successful in life. Organizations spend billions of dollars trying to find people with these skills and to upskill employees so they become better leaders. Everything we did as kids, he would challenge us to think proactively, think 10 steps ahead. Yet there was always the human element. Be considerate, compassionate, and to think how our behavior affects others. I realize that as humans, we are all flawed. No one is perfect. I've made many mistakes in my short life and to keep track, but I know that I don't have to be perfect or number one. It's better to try, take calculated risks, and if I make a mistake, fail fast, admit, understand what happened so I can learn and grow. So when Dad wrote us kids a very personal letter in December of last year, this was the first time I saw my father show a vulnerable side of himself, and it hit a chord deep inside. Growing up, the manner in which he raised us was tough and harsh, but I realized he wanted us to have a better life than what he experienced. Bottom line, in his way, he was trying to protect us so we would grow up to be strong and independent. I will forever be grateful for his wisdom and teaching me 2 specific lessons. The first was the value of hard work. We live in a world where if we want choices in life and knowing that money and opportunities don't grow on trees, we have to work hard, put in the time, effort, and be patient. But the second lesson, which is the most important, is that Dad taught me to have a strong moral compass, to always be honest, and live life with high integrity. Dad, may you rest in peace. Thanks.
When I think about Dad, cruises come to mind. He really liked his cruises, as he took about 50 cruises covering the entire world: South America, Europe, Caribbean, and Asia. Mom says that they visited St. Thomas in the Caribbean so many times that they know the cracks in the road in St. Thomas. My family spent 4 cruises, the Caribbean, Mediterranean, Japan, and Asia with Mom and Dad. And I got to know Dad's routine of having his early dinner seating, and then the 7 o'clock dinner show, and then spending the time afterwards at the casino. I know that on the cruise, he was the most happy watching the dinner shows, eating, and playing Clash of Clans whenever he could get free Wi-Fi at the port. Mom and I still laugh at Dad's participation in the 2009 Mediterranean cruise, where he assisted the performer in the skit, where he was asked to say the line of, "Hey man, over here," with his oversized glasses and his butter knife. But Dad didn't quite get it, but we really appreciated his effort as we were able to laugh at his attempt at being a Hollywood star. On a more serious note, I appreciated Grandpa and Grandma Yee bringing Dad from China to Canada to build our Canadian life. Dad continued his building process as he was promoted through the military and also in obtaining his bachelor and master's degrees. But I give 50% credit of his master's thesis completion to Mom for her edits and typing on the manual blue typewriter at all hours of the night. I know that Dad instilled the values of dedication and perseverance to all of his kids, which I embraced as it pushed me to challenge myself. I hold dearly to these qualities and say thanks to both Dad and Mom for passing on these values to us as we went to university and moved on as professionals. Dad, please be assured that we have learned many things from you, and we will always treasure your wisdom and your advice. Thank you, everyone.